Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling a massive topic that trips up almost every single beginner in the world of commodity investing. Picture this scenario. You turn on the news and you see that crude oil prices are surging. You think, great, I'm going to buy a crude oil ETF to ride this wave. You buy in, you hold it for 6 months, and the news is right, the price of oil has gone up by 15%. But when you check your brokerage account, your oil ETF is somehow down by 5%. You feel cheated. You feel like the market is rigged. But the truth is, you weren't robbed by Wall Street. You were robbed by a fundamental mechanism of the commodities market that you didn't know existed. Today, we're going to fix that. We're going deep into the secret language of the commodities market, Contango and Backwardation. Let's dive in. Before we can understand Contango and Backwardation, we need to lay down a quick foundation. We need to understand how commodities are actually bought and sold. When you buy a stock like Apple or Tesla, you're buying a piece of a company right now. But commodities like oil, gold, wheat, or coffee are physical things. They take up space. Because of this, the commodity market is split into two different worlds, the spot market and the futures market. The spot market is the here and now. If you go to a local dealer and buy a 1-ounce gold coin, you're paying the spot price. You hand them the cash, they hand you the gold. The transaction happens on the spot. But massive corporations, airlines, and food manufacturers don't operate like this. An airline needs to know exactly how much jet fuel will cost 6 months from now, so they can accurately price their airline tickets today. They cannot rely on the unpredictable spot market. Enter the futures market. A futures contract is simply a legally binding agreement to buy or sell a specific amount of a commodity at a specific price on a specific date in the future. Because the spot price is for today and the futures price is for tomorrow, these two numbers are almost never exactly the same. They're separated by time. And in finance, time equals risk, money, and storage. This brings us to the forward curve. If you plot the prices of futures contracts expiring next month, the month after that, and the month after that on a graph, you get a line. That line will either slope upward or will slope downward. And that, my friends, is where Contango and Backwardation are born. Let's start with Contango. Contango occurs when the future price of commodity is higher than the current spot price. If you look at a futures curve on a chart, a market in Contango will have a line that slopes upward from left to right. Let me say that again. In Contango, the further out in time you go, the more expensive the commodity gets. Why does this happen? The primary driver of Contango is something called the cost of carry. Let's use an easy example, gold. Imagine the spot price of gold today is $2,000 an ounce. If you want to buy a futures contract that promises to deliver gold to you in exactly 1 year, do you think the person selling you that contract will charge you exactly $2,000? Absolutely not. Because if they promise to deliver gold to you in a year, they have to buy that gold today, put it in a highly secure vault, pay for armed guards, pay for insurance in case it gets stolen, and tie up their capital for a full 12 months. All of these things, storage, insurance, and interest rates, are the cost to carry. To compensate for these expenses, they will charge you a premium. So, the 1-year futures price might be $2,100. The spot price is $2,000. The future price is $2,100. This is a normal, healthy market in Contango. Gold is almost always in Contango because it costs money to store it, and it never goes bad. But Contango isn't just about storage costs. It can also be driven by extreme, temporary oversupply. Let's look at a dramatic example. Crude oil in early 2020. During the global lockdowns, no one was flying and no one was driving. The demand for oil fell off a cliff overnight, but the oil rigs kept pumping. Suddenly, the world had too much oil and nowhere to put it. Every storage tank on land was full. Companies had to rent massive ocean supertankers just to let the oil float on the sea. Because the cost of storing oil became astronomically high, the spot price of oil collapsed. People practically had to pay you to take oil away today. But investors knew that in a year or two, the world would reopen and need oil again. So the spot price for oil today was incredibly low, but the futures price for oil next year remained high. This created an incredibly steep extreme contango. The curve sloped upward violently. Now, pay very close attention to this next part, because this is where beginner investors lose their shirts. Remember the investor I mentioned at the beginning of the video? The one who bought the oil ETF, the price of oil went up, but they still lost money? This happens because of a silent killer called negative roll yield. You see, a commodity ETF like the United States Oil Fund, USO, doesn't actually own physical barrels of oil. They don't have a giant warehouse in your neighborhood. Instead, they buy futures contracts. Usually, they buy the contract that expires next month. But here is the catch. When that contract gets close to expiring, the ETF manager has to sell it before they are forced to physically take delivery of millions of barrels of oil. So, they sell the expiring contract, and they use that money to buy the next month's contract. This process is called rolling the contract. If the market is in contango, the expiring contract they are selling is cheaper than the new contract they are buying further out on the curve. They are selling low. They are buying high. Every single month. Imagine you are on a treadmill. You have to keep walking forward just to stay in the same place. In a steep contango market, an ETF might lose 2% to 3% of its value every single month just from the cost of rolling these contracts. Over a year, you could lose 30% of your money, even if the actual physical price of oil never changed. This is why you must never blindly buy and hold a commodity ETF without checking if the market is in steep contango. Contango acts as a constant gravity pulling your portfolio down. Now, let's flip the script. Let's look at the exact opposite scenario, backwardation. Backwardation occurs when the current spot price of a commodity is higher than the future price. On a chart, a market in backwardation has a forward curve that slopes downward from left to right. In this bizarre world, buying a commodity today costs more than buying it for delivery next year. Why on earth would anyone pay more to get something today when they could get it cheaper later? The answer boils down to one phrase, convenience yield. Sometimes, the necessity of having a commodity right now is so desperate that buyers will pay massive premiums. Backwardation is the market panicking. It is the market screaming, I need this immediately. Let's use an agricultural example. Imagine it's the middle of winter and a massive, unexpected freeze hits Florida, wiping out 50% of the orange crop. Suddenly, orange juice manufacturers are panicking. They have grocery store contracts to fulfill this week. They don't care about oranges next year. They need oranges today. This frantic scramble causes the spot price of oranges to skyrocket. However, everyone knows that next year, the weather will likely be normal, and a new crop of oranges will be planted and harvested. Therefore, the futures price for oranges 1 year from now remains completely normal and cheap. The spot price is through the roof. The future price is low. The curve slopes downward. That is backwardation. We see this frequently in the energy markets during geopolitical crises. If a war breaks out in a major oil-producing region, or a key pipeline is blown up, the fear of immediate physical shortages causes buyers to bid up the spot price of crude oil to massive highs. But again, the market assumes the war will eventually end or new supply chains will be built, so the futures prices 5 years out remain much lower. If contango is the enemy of the beginner ETF investor, backwardation is their best friend. Let's go back to our ETF manager who has to roll their futures contracts every month. If the market is in backwardation, the expiring contract they are holding, which is close to the high spot price, is expensive. The new contract they need to buy further out in time is cheaper. They're selling high. They're buying low. Every single month. This creates a positive roll yield. Instead of being on a treadmill fighting gravity, you are now on a moving walkway at the airport. Even if the spot price of the commodity stays exactly the same, the ETF will generate a passive profit month over month simply by rolling the contracts down the backwardated curve. Professional commodity traders actively hunt for markets in backwardation. They look for these tight supply conditions because holding long positions in a backwardated market provides a massive structural tailwind. So, let's summarize the ultimate takeaways for your investing journey. First, the physical spot price and the futures price are not the same thing. They are separated by the cost of carry and the fear of scarcity. Second, contango means future prices are higher than today's prices. The curve slopes up. It is driven by the cost of storage, insurance, and sometimes oversupply. If you hold a commodity ETF during contango, you will suffer from negative roll yield. You are fighting an uphill battle. Third, backwardation means today's prices are higher than future prices. The curve slopes down. It is driven by immediate shortages, supply shocks, and panic. Holding a long position in a backwardated market gives you a positive roll yield. You have the wind at your back. As a retail investor, the greatest lesson here is to look under the hood. Before you ever buy a ticker symbol like USO for oil or UNG for natural gas, you must ask yourself, what does the futures curve look like right now? If it is in steep contango, you might want to look for alternative ways to invest, like buying the stock of the companies that mine or drill the commodity, rather than a futures ETF. But if you spot a market in deep backwardation, you might just have found an incredible structural advantage. Thank you for watching this deep dive. If this video helped you finally understand the mechanics of the commodity market, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Stay smart, protect your capital, and I will see you in the next video.